here.
Party over here.
Party over there.
Right here.
Right here. Girl, I promise you, that woke me up for real.
I'm gonna have to get a copy of that so I can have that to wake. Let that be my buzzer in the morning.
I think that's gonna be my exercise song.
I love
That's
it.
a nice exercise song. You know, you can, you know,
Yeah. How about dear sisters? How y'all doing?
Doing awesome.
Y'all look so good today. What's going on in y'all world, girls?
Woo, child. Just
Well, I'm not at the beach for sure.
Well, now let's talk about that part.
yeah, we're not at the beach and we weren't invited either. Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have wanted to do this long ride. You wouldn't, but you know, I will give y'all peace. Yeah. You wouldn't have wanted to do this ride. I don't know where I got the energy from. Maybe it was that song. I don't know, but
I don't know how you do it. You need a private driver to take you.
I mean, she's riding up and down the road every other week.
She is.
And thank you. Yes.
I know that's right, girl. But anyways, it is still a great God day. Let's introduce ourselves to the people. Come on in, y'all. I'm Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
Early.
And we are
4SistersLIVE.
Yes, I am loving everything. I'm telling you, life is wonderful no matter what comes our way, girls. We have got to just shake it off and keep it moving. Come on, Peggy, talk about it, girl.
And take a drink. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it moving. Yeah.
Keep it live today.
Yes, keep it moving. I promise you, I was like, you know what? I refuse to give in to the devil's scheme.
Oh no.
He's trying it. And because and it's not only we talking about what I'm not talking about the four of us, and it could be, but it is in some situations. But I'm reading things.
Yeah.
I'm reading some stuff that sisters are saying. And I say, come on now, we got to pull it together here. Come on, Charlotte, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not good. That's why I just made it. I'm glad August can take a break because it feel like July I'm ready to take a break. And that's why I'm here now. I'm like, I'm gonna get my piece back. There's no reason to tear another sister down, another brother down. Like, listen, what you put out to others, it'll come back to you.
That's true.
You know, and everything that the enemy is using to attack you. Like, let me tell you, I can give you a great example of something that happened, but I won't. But I'll let you know that we still got to pray and we got to call forth our angels and plead the blood of Jesus over everything, over your travels, over your life, over the situation, over the gossip of the lies that might happen towards you or at you. Like, nah, we good. And get some of this beach, girl. Get some of this beach.
Well, we must take time to go and see God's green earth and all of the creations.
Yeah.
And we miss out on that. We don't get a chance to enjoy what he said that we can have life and life more abundantly.
Yeah.
And that's the abundant part. I mean, we could do things, we can go out, we can enjoy, and we can see scenery, we can see his earth. It's more to it than it's just our little space of where we confine ourselves to. We can't put ourselves in a box.
Right.
So that's what you're talking about, Charlene. Get out. That's why I commend you, regardless of how you got to go, how many times you got to go. You still make it happen. You make your way,
Yeah. To God.
And you know what, ladies? I was just thinking the same thing. But we don't have to go as far as North Carolina. We can go to our area. I was just thinking about going to Sandy Point just to sit there. And just to, just talking to Renee, it's like, hey, let's just go to the closest beach we can find here. Just go because God is there. So that's where we need to go.
Everywhere.
We just need to go. We don't go, we could go to Ocean City, but you can go to That's where I really want to go.
I know that's right. Yes. Well, it's but there's still, whatever we choose to do, like I said last week, just make it happen.
Yes.
That's the word. Make it happen.
So,
Peg, you got a great packed show today. It's going to be awesome. We got awesome guests coming on. I can't wait.
We got our other family, the PNC family.
These PNC family. That's awesome, That's coming up very, very, very soon.
Yeah.
And there's our education and mentoring, and Charlene, she heads this up. Charlene, what's going on?
I'm so excited, but we're playing tag team here with the Peggy Morris because PNC is a big thing and it's happening next month. And how we do it here in Sisters for Sisters Network is we promote. The next biggest thing, and the next biggest thing is the PNC. And you talk about education and mentoring. This is the perfect example of this show, guys, for you to come along, tag someone and say, get on 4Sisters Live right now.
That's what we need to be doing. Pick up your phone.
Pick up your phone. Educators and mentors are here today, guys. You talk about Dr. Stacy NC Grant, you know, George Frazier and his likes. Okay, y'all got that. he is in the house. You know, we got tons of people. You know, Dr. Bradford is here in the house, guys. Oh my God, who else? Peggy.
Oh, we got Dr. Cheryl Woods, and we got Stacy, Fenwick.
Don't forget Fenwick. We got Fenwick. Yes.
We got Brother Bedford.
Yes.
Trevor Ox.
Trevor Ox is in the house.
Yes, Diamond is coming to join us today.
Diamond Teddy is in the house, guys. Y'all go on and like and share this. I mean, come on now. This is again where Sisters for Sisters Network started, and Peggy is going to be asking this question and leave these interviews today on this education section. Take it over, Peggy. I'm so excited for this moment. August is when it's happening. Her and Linda will be headed down to Houston, and I may sneak in for a day or two, you know. So let's go.
All right, Why? That leaves an invitation for Why to join us too.
Yeah, right. I might take a flight down, you know. So I'll see. Let me check my schedule.
Okay.
Now we're checking.
I mean, for all sincerity, I would love. I mean, the sisters, the energy. It's just the energy alone.
Yes.
Energy and the love,
power,
and the
power
knowledge.
connection.
What'd you say, Lynn?
The power connection.
The power. That's what I was going to get ready to say. That network, that coming together.
Yes.
There's something about that, and you can't. It's an experience.
Yes,
it is.
And that's the reason why I wanted Sharon to join us, Sharon Bullock. Sharon and I both the founder and co-founder of 4Sisters Network. All that we're doing here, even to this broadcast, based out of our relationship with the very first Power Networking Conference.
Yes.
So we have to really salute Dr. Frazier. And let me just put it out there. Dr. Frazier was supposed to be with us today, and I had a conversation with him this morning, right?
Tell it.
I'm going to tell on him.
Tell on him.
But he said to me that he headed down to Houston to, start playing for the conference. So he was supposed to be leaving out, but he decided to stay another day to play some golf.
Okay. He has permission.
So I told him he had a pass. So I told him he had a pass. He was good. I was going to let him slide as long as I had two sisters, and that is Dr. Stacy Grant. As long as I got her in the room, and as long as I got Dr. Cheryl Woods, I am good. George, we got this.
But you can't forget the brothers. Dr. Bradford is on it. That is like Dr. Frazier's right-hand man as well. So we got some in the house.
He's in the house too. He's in the house.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's the Godfather. What can you say?
Yes.
You got the deal. The best deals are made on the golf course. So come on now, business after business.
What is it about the golf course and men? I just got to ask a man. I don't know if y'all can answer. Something about that.
Oh my God! Well, wait a minute, because we play golf, and next week you're gonna find out that Jermaine plays golf too, and the women out there. It is about talking just basic business. You're not really talking business, just like building relationships. Like we sit around and we drink our tea and coffee. They play golf, like
they chase that ball.
And it's a stress-free zone if you think about it.
It is.
It's peaceful. All those trees and all that green does something to
and it helps you to
the mind, to the brain.
It's like a good, biz whiz game.
You're there with nature.
It's like something like that. When the women just talk, they really talking business, about their husband, their crazy husband, but And maybe another deal they want to, you know how it works out. Whatever your fun thing is to do with your girls. Yeah.
Well, it's all good in any ways. And I know there's a situation, and speaking of golf, and we know won't get off into this heavy topic like this, but you understand that the Mr. Orange Head man has rented out his golf course for the big game of golf this year. And Tiger Woods, I think, haven't taken maybe some issue with that. I don't know. It's just a lot going on with that.
Really?
Yeah, it is. So when you talk about playing these games and you're talking about, you know, pitching people against one another, and you know what's really going on, you're doing it for a reason.
For a reason.
For a big reason. You know, and so that's a whole topic in itself. So, you know, but I understand it's a wonderful sport, but you're taking something away from it when you start pitching it in that regard. Yes, it really is something going on with that. But I want to, on another note, and a good note, ladies, I think this time that you all may have seen that Harriet Tubman statue was placed.
Yes.
I am
Where?
In the Capitol, yes.
Yeah, I think that's
Wow,
so
what
awesome.
an honor.
Yes, we're making strides in our own way, but that is a monumental movement.
Yes.
You know, for Harriet Tubman to be her statue, and her family has just been on it for a long time, and it's something that is well deserved.
Way overdue.
Totally well deserved. I mean, you got Frederick Douglass, you got Martin Luther King statues that went up before hers. So you're like, yeah, she deserves this. I mean, not that she deserves
No, but you know,
earned it. Yeah, she has.
Wasn't it Bethune? Wait a minute, y'all.
Who's that?
Mary Cloud Bethune and Harriet Tubman. Which one?
It was Mary Bethune.
No.
Mary Bethune, Bethune, Dr. Bethune.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Mary Cloud Bethune. Okay.
Yeah, Dr.
Okay.
Bethune.
My
Yes.
apologies.
But I would love to see her up there. You know,
Okay, so she has a park also here.
Oh yeah, her statue is at Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got you. Yeah.
Yes.
But it all of it in essence of that is all good and it's wonderful. So
It's so wonderful to have it there, so we can all, the
is.
whole world can see. It's a beautiful, beautiful statue. I can't wait to go and see it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the correction, Lynn.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hey, look, we got some sisters tuning in. We got Diane Smith and Jack. Hey, Jackie.
Jackie's in the house. Judith
Judith.
in the house.
Yes.
Come
And
on
we
in.
Each one.
Yes, we got
share
Butts. We got
four.
Judith Clark. Hey, Judy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, well, look, let's keep it moving.
We got birthdays. Who we have birthdays? We got to shout out, girl.
No. We're going to pass on that. We want to spend some time on PNC.
Okay.
Well, we do
happy birthday anyway. Whoever you are, wherever you be.
Happy birthday.
What year is this for PNC? Because that's a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
you're right,
birthday.
Linda.
Right.
21st. This is the 21st annual Power Networking Conference.
Yes.
So it is a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Yes.
Anyway.
I'll just do one big blast for everybody. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's keep it moving. And I really, really want to bring in this young lady. She is just amazing. Come on in here, Dr. Stacy Grant. Come on in here, sister. Hey,
hello. Oh my goodness, my stock went up. I brought my own sound effects.
Okay. Go ahead. We like that app. We like that. Okay.
Yes, indeed, because you know how much I love Sisters for Sisters. You truly exemplify just what a blessing it is to be around other women who want to see you win, who want to cheer you on, who want to talk about the relevant issues of the day, who know how to put God first in prayer before you do anything. So it is a blessing and an honor to be here with all of you. My dear dearest, I call Miss Peggy, my big sister, Miss Peggy. She has been just such a cheerleader and an encourager for years. And it's always a joy when you're connected with the right people and to be a part of this show and all that you're doing. You're talking about education and mentoring, and that's exactly what we do at PNC. And while my spiritual daddy, Dr. George C. Frazier, is on the golf course, I understand, as I'm a new golfer because of him. And I know how peaceful it is to be on a golf course, but I'm honored to be his celebrity MC, to be a part of carrying this conference from beginning to end, and knowing from where it started, it was a heart of service that opened up space and room for me to be serving in this capacity all these years. And my dear brother, Dr. Randall Pinkett, who is the conference co-host, and all of the brilliant faculty, some of which you will see here today, Dr. Cheryl Wood, Brother Bedford. I think you named a few others that'll be joining us. Shay, I don't know if Shay is here, Trevor, Jason Fenwick. I mean, this is family, and COVID has been a mess. And when COVID came, we were like, what the what? Then 21 came in and we said, is this COVID with a wing on from 2022? Now 2020, and now we're in 2022. We don't know what's next, but we do know that we're blessed to gather together for the first time in 2 years in Houston, Texas, August 3rd through 6th. And we're looking for everybody to come home. There's nothing like PNC. There's nothing like being in a room where you're surrounded by Black brilliance, where you are being poured into by every single faculty member who wants to see you succeed and contribute to the legacy of who we are as a people. Our ancestors are doing their best work through us, and knowing that Sister for Sister has partnered almost as long as this conference has been going, for 21 years. You have been bringing women and opening up doors and opportunities for them to shine and network with the best of the best. We're excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I can't wait to hug everybody's neck. I've been suffering from HDD, hug deficit disorder, and thank God for deliverance that I can get my hugs. I can see everybody. We can be together safely and enjoy how we are going to be the answers to the challenges that we see in the world, that God has provided us with the witty downloads and divine ideas that will curate the solutions that will heal this land. And that's what PNC is about. That's why I'm here representing the good Dr. George C. Frazier and all of the work that he has done in 77 years. What an incredible legacy. Beautiful. What an incredible opportunity to see that he can watch his work go forward in each and every one of us that have become his mentees, that have become a part of faculty, that have partnered like Sister for Sister, because that is how you move the needle in progress in the world. Don't do it by yourself. You do it collectively with like-minded individuals who want to add value. So thank you for having me. I just stopped by for a little conversation with you.
Hey, look, we don't need Dr. Frazier, honey.
I was just going to say that, Peggy. He picked the right person to represent him.
Yes, he did.
Period.
Because you know how cool Dr. Frazier is. You know, he's gonna come in real cool. But we got lightning this morning now.
That's I bring the fire when I come. This is not a game. It's not a game in these streets. That's Holy Ghost fire when I show up. But,
that's right, girl. That's right, Dr.
Well, I wanted to make sure Sharon Bullock, where has she disappeared? But anyway, let's bring in another sister, and I don't call her a sister.
Sharon.
Another daughter. There she is. Sharon. Look like you're frozen. Are you okay?
You have to love technology. This is live TV. So
exactly. Who else did you have? Who else you have, Peggy?
Dr. Cheryl Wood. Let me see if I can bring Cheryl in.
She's there.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hello, sisters.
Hey. Where are you?
Just an FYI, I keep losing connection. So if y'all see me pop in and out, that's what's going on.
Okay, we got you, Sharon.
Looking good, Stacey.
Dr. Wood.
Hey, Dr. Cheryl Wood. Can't wait.
Hey, the party. Look, Dr. Stacey came in and the party got started. Come on now.
on. I said, yes, she better do what she do, because ain't nobody do it. Nobody can do it the way Dr. Stacy NC Grant does it.
Tell me.
I love you, sis. Look, I'm praying for deliverance on your camera so I can see your beautiful face.
Really? Here.
Okay. So I can tell you right now, the hair appointment is not until tomorrow, so there will be no deliverance.
We don't care about the hair. Nobody
We want to beware of your
We
hair.
want to see your beautiful face.
There will be no deliverance today. No matter how many prayers we send up, there will be no deliverance.
There'll be no
Loving
have to
the hair.
love this show. This is Black women at our finest. I hear you, sis. I hear you. So I understand. No pressure, no deliverance. I take back that prayer. I'll say it for another day.
My kids got me ripping and running out in these streets. They got all my gray hair standing up on my head. But I could not be here and just talk about how valuable Sisters for Sisters Network Incorporated has been in my life, and just thanking Peggy and Sharon and all the ladies for introducing me to the amazing Dr. George Frazier and the Power Networking Conference. It literally changed my life. It changed my life because number one, I said yes to coming because I respect Peggy so much, and I know that if she says go, that's where you go. Because success leaves clues, right? So when I'm around a successful woman who I've watched build so many other people up, whatever she says for me that's the word. So when she said I need to be and have to be at Power Networking Conference, I took my last coins. Peggy and Sharon, I know y'all remember how broke I was when I came to the first Power Networking Conference. My prayer to God was, God, please let them feed us.
You didn't look broke or sound broke. You didn't look broke or sound broke.
But I was broke. Thank God I don't look like broke. So I was broke and I was praying that they would feed us because I didn't have no extra money for food. Thank God Dr. Frazier included in the conference some meals. I said, thank Jesus, you know what you're doing. So I came to the conference, that was in 2011. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yes.
That was my first
2011.
And it opened my eyes up to a world I didn't know anything about. I'd never been in a space with millionaires and billionaires that look like me. And most importantly, they were accessible to us.
Yes.
They didn't speak and take the stage and then disappear behind some black curtain. They were there. They stayed in the space with us to continue to edify us after they had already educated us. And I believe that the only way for us to know that we can become something is to see it in action.
Yes.
So when I went to the Power Networking Conference for the first time in 2011, I could see in action what my possibilities could become. Simply because I was looking at men and women who looked like me, who were doing the darn thing in business. I mean, immediately there was a fire in my spirit where I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my community. I wanted more for the tribe of people I was going to bring up to that level. So for me, it was a true space of growth. And over these years, to be connected to Dr. Frazier and his wisdom, he is literally, I think Dr. Stacy said, like a spiritual father. I feel the same way. He's a spiritual father to me. Whenever he speaks, I am always quiet. And you know, speakers, that's hard for us to be quiet. But when Dr. Frazier speaks, I'm quiet because there's that's 77 years of wisdom and knowledge and things that you can't get in a book. You've got to be there at the at the feet of the masters, and he is a master at this thing called networking and connection and wealth creation. And I knew I wanted to be a part of all of that. I didn't know the how. So for any of you who are worried about that, stop focusing on the how. Just get in the space, because you're missing out on your blessing because you're so focused on how that you're not showing up to be in the space. When you show up in the space, God will work out the how. He'll work out all the stuff that you don't know, all the stuff that you're questioning. He will work that out for you. But it's your job to give God something to work with. And that means you've got to show up and say, God, use me as the vessel. So I am excited to be back this year. I think this is my 4th year having the opportunity to speak this year. I'm blessed to be able to give a power keynote. I am excited. I can't wait to pour into the audience, but also to come into that space for 4 days and be poured into. Because all of us who are out
Absolutely.
serving the world and we're giving of ourselves and giving, just like Dr. Stacy and the others, Brother Bedford and Shay and Trevor, Stan Richards, I think is going to be here, Jason Fenwick, like we're always pouring. Dr. Frazier is certainly always pouring.
right.
Peggy, you're always pouring. So the
Yep.
question becomes, when do I get my cup filled?
Yeah,
And that's,
exactly.
That's true.
so
Absolutely.
It
I'm
gives me
excited.
chills. I cannot believe that we have sit through this for 20 years.
Mm.
20
Wow.
years, not 10, and we have not missed a beat. I've gone every year for the past 20 years, other than the 2 years we've been out sitting out for the pandemic.
But we
I mean,
watched
I
it
could never
online.
imagine going to a conference every year. And it's like a family reunion when we all get together.
It absolutely is. It's our mental health therapy,
Yes.
as Dr. Quad David Whitaker would say. Come together and just know that you can be around brilliance, and that's the normal. Right?
Yes.
That is not some, unicorn of experience. That's normal to be around Black brilliance, to understand capacity and what's available. As Dr. Cheryl Wood was just saying, it's a beautiful experience. You cannot really explain it. You have to experience it.
Yes.
It's like going to church. You can tell people to go to church all day, every day, but until they experience a fulfilling experience, they can put it into the best words that
Yes.
it was just amazing. Oh, the pastor preached. Well, what did he say? Unless you were taking notes, it was just how you felt in that moment. What was transformational for you? And PNC is a transformational experience. It will give you a roadmap to what's possible, because God is no respecter of person. You honor God, he'll honor you. If you show up and do what you've been called to do, the same blessings are available. And we're just living examples of that. I mean to preach, but I'm just saying that, pull out of me anytime.
You are who you are. You do what you do, Stacey.
And you know what I love about Power Networking Conference, like Dr. Stacy is saying, is when you arrive there on site, it is almost there. It's like a welcome sign that says, "This is where you belong." Welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
It's literally that's the energy that you get in that space.
Yes.
This is where
Yes.
you belong. Welcome home. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. It's not like the people who are already at multi-million and billion-dollar status are frowning their nose down on the people who are trying to grow their way to that space. They're saying, here's a hand up. Let us teach you some strategies and some tools
Yes.
you can implement so that you can grow from where you are. So that also makes the space so unique, is that everyone there is welcome, and you can feel that everybody in that space wants you to succeed and win big. And whatever they have to do, whether it's a good word in a huddle in a corner as you're networking, or whether it's some amazing strategy that's shared from one of the stages or in a breakout session, or even from a conversation you have with one of the coaches, you are going to get exactly what you came for. And then there's no way you can go back home and be the same as one of my
And
clients.
be the same. You can't. It's no way.
It's no way. It's no way. So
it
is an experience.
Unless you don't have a pulse.
Unless you don't have a pulse, or as one of my clients, Dr. Jonas, would say, the only way you could go, if you go back home the same, your wood is wet.
Stacey and Cheryl,
It's
Stacey,
wet.
I have a question for you, Stacey. Listen,
Yes.
it's a lot of women out there, entrepreneurs. This is Charlene, that are saying, "God, man, I mean, to follow behind what Trey, Stacey, Cheryl, and even Peggy, what you guys have created over the 10 or 20 years with your own business." Can you tell them where you were? Like Cheryl just did, but when you went back home after you left. After you left, like what was the first thing you did, or before you even left, because you sent the message home that I'm coming to do something different? What was that? What was
beautiful?
Because someone out there is saying, I don't believe y'all. Like, I ain't got no money. I can't do this. But they don't know that this could be, like Stacey said, like Cheryl is saying, like Peggy said, show up in the room. It's there for you regardless of your money. What happened when you went home? Okay, revival happened, but what happened when you went home?
So why don't we start with before I got there? So my story began with seeing all of the movers and shakers. Everybody who was anybody was a part of PNC. So out of these 21 years, I would say I've been a part of the PNC, or watching the PNC, for maybe 15 plus of it, but my first time actually coordinating the time to go because my children were younger, it was always something with one of them, and then I couldn't make it. And then my oldest son was graduating from kindergarten. And I told my husband, I said, I think the day is I can do the graduation, but I'm going to PNC. And let me tell you, he said, well, where are you staying? I said, I don't know. But I'm going, right? Because financially, my money wasn't set up for to go rent the room and do a whole big splurge. And even registering was going to be a stretch because of some of the things that we were doing as young parents. But
Yeah.
I showed up, I found a plane ticket. See, when you make the yes, God will show you how. I got a sale on the ticket. And I got on that plane, and my husband said, what are you doing? You don't have anywhere to stay. You're not even registered. I said, don't you worry about it. I'm showing up. I got there and I came on premise and I volunteered with a skill set that I had with logistics and event planning. And I went in the back and I saw what they were doing and I just offered myself in service. And I did such a phenomenal job. And I'm not just saying it because I'm talking about myself. They were like, where'd she come from? Who is this young woman? Like, what's going on? And that service and excellence opened up a way for me to participate in the conference without paying for the registration because I showed up to add value.
Okay.
It made space for me. They were like, oh, we have a seat for you inside.
Right,
You can
that's
come
right.
in and participate. So
Yeah.
that was the first time I did not. Did you all hear me? Did not have a place to stay. I said, I have some family in Georgia. I'll figure it out. They were far away from where the conference was. Why did I connect with a beautiful sister who has become a friend? We were just talking online. And she said, well, where are you going? I said, well, I don't have a hotel room. I'm going to try to connect with her cousin. She said, girl, I have a whole suite that the second person wasn't coming. If you want to stay with me, I don't mind. You can come stay in my room. So how about God upgraded me? No place to stay.
Open that door.
With someone who just met me and trusted that I wasn't some cray-cray single Black female somewhere that was going to come into the room and allowed me to lay my head in that space. I was so grateful for her kind heart and gesture because we were just recently connected and happened to see each other there. God will make a way when you say yes. So I showed up. Number one, I showed up to serve. Number two, I was waiting for my miracle. We pray for a miracle, and when it arrives, we're not ready. Right. So we asked for the rain, but we don't have an umbrella or any wading boots. So I showed up ready. And as a result of that, it opened up multiple doors because not only was I there to serve and then come to the space where Dr. Frazier has never relinquished his mic to host a conference. And for the last almost 6-7 years, he has anointed me to be his celebrity MC and host of the conference. But that started with intention, that I showed up with an intention to serve. I showed up with an intention to add value. Not only from that, I met some other people. Fast forward, came back with my other spiritual daddy, Les Brown, and was a showcase or a part of his platinum speakers. And it just mushroomed into so many other opportunities because of my initial yes. And I'm going to close with this because here's where the real blessing is for me with PNC. I was planning and preparing and doing and then telling God what to bless. I don't know how many people have done that. You get it out of order, that you want to make your plans, you want to do your thing and then say, well, God bless it because I'm brilliant and I made it. Instead of God, what would you have me do? And at PNC, just as Dr. Cheryl Wood shared, when you come in, it's a welcome party. Everyone is excited, but it's also overwhelming because you're like, I have never been in a room like this before. I don't know what to invest in. I don't know where to go, what workshop. And I said, let's get together and do sunrise prayer. Shay and Trevor helped me create a text campaign that I could get the message out to those who were at the conference. And I said, join me for a sunrise prayer every morning so we can be intentional about how we invest in the opportunity that has been presented to us. And from that, I came home that first year and some folks were in my email texting me, well, what time is prayer? And I said, what you talking about, Willis? The conference is over. And now 13 years later, I have kept that conference line open 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, faithful in my service to God, not knowing he was setting me up for the glue that has pulled together every piece of my platform because I showed up at PNC, I saw his face, I said yes, and I was obedient. And now the fruit of my labor can be revealed to others. So when I tell you show up in the space, you come prepared for the blessing God has for you, you will never know how he's setting me up or setting you up. Because this call started at PNC 13 years ago. And look what God has done. I've launched a global opportunity for faithpreneurs, and it continues to grow. So thank you for asking me to share that testimony. Amen.
Well, you know, I couldn't resist.
Drop the mic.
And Cheryl, listen, I want people on fire because I think you just lit my fire. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm feeling it. Oh man, I think I got a credit card still. I got a limit on it, but I got some money. Swipe the darn card.
Say, Charlene, you got to find some money from somewhere. You're going to start picking out some pocketbooks and see if anything is in there. Put out your old jeans and see if you got a $20 bill here. Come on.
I provide money, so it's there. We just got to make a decision. We spend what we want to spend on.
That's,
but
that's true.
In 2022, it is a crucial time for business owners and African Americans to step into this game. And these people, these young men and women at PNC, I said young men and women are on fire. And I know they are ready to pour into us because they listen, they got leftover COVID, said by COVID 2 years stuff. So I know they're going to be pouring. I can feel the energy of them pouring.
Yes.
Well, let's keep this energy going. Let's keep the energy going. We got some men that want to come to the party.
Lord, we got some brothers with
We got some men
to get in.
Yeah, we got some men. Bring the men into the party. I want to see a man tell it. Y'all tell them.
Bring it, brother. You know I don't curse, but every once in a while I'm under my breath.
Come on, let me do
this. Wyoming said, "Bring the men. Bring the men.
Bring the men in."
Here's one right here. There's one. Trevor.
Oh, my brother Trevor.
There's another one.
My brother Trevor. Look, we go back like old highways and spinal cords. You know, that was my first campaign to set up my prayer call.
Yeah, there's another one.
I got the whole crew in here today.
We bringing the men in. We bringing the men.
Come on in the house. Come on.
I hear y'all acting up a little bit here. I see.
Help us out over here. Help us out, Trevor. Help us out.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because with PNC, you know, oftentimes a lot of the people that come there are really entrepreneurs and leaders. But I have found that many people have come to PNC and found their purpose.
Yes.
And
say that again.
That's right.
Many people have come there and found their purpose. Many people have come there and found the validation of who they are and what they do and who they want to be. And sometimes when you are in a space where they don't celebrate you, and sometimes when you're in spaces where they like to hide your achievements and hide your contributions, right? You can forget, you can get a little bit of amnesia around who you are. You can get a little bit of amnesia about what you're here to do. And you start to get around your people where they were happy to see you, where they were there to celebrate you, right? And you start to get reconnected with purpose. You get this, you get reconnected to who you are. You get reconnected to that inner confidence, right? And so, you know, and what's really interesting is I like what Cheryl said, you walking into an environment filled with love for your people. It's got to be the biggest Black family reunion in the world. I'm telling you that right now. And what's really interesting is you know, the Bible said that the Bible says that love never fails, right? And what that means is that wherever love shows up, success is on the way. Wherever love shows up, success is on the way. So all of these people have shown up in love. And what it means is that your success is on the way. And so when you show up in love of yourself, love of your people, love of what you do, love of why you do it, your success is on the way. And so it's not just about buying a ticket, right? It's about buying it to yourself. It's not just about buying a plane ticket, right, to get to the PNC conference. It's about buying into your purpose and your possibility, right? And see, so many times we are waiting for somebody else, right, to buy into who we are, to buy into what we do, to buy into why we do. But the first buy-in starts with you. And so if you boil it down to just buying a ticket, I ain't buying a ticket, I'm buying into me. I ain't buying a ticket, I'm buying into my people. I ain't buying a ticket, I'm buying into my possibility, I'm buying into my purpose, right? And so the real question is, are you going to buy into yourself? Because here's what it comes down to. You got to invest in yourself at the level at which you expect results. You got to invest in your business at the level at which you expect results. You got to get used to saying yes to yourself, right? And here's the thing about it, is we're used to saying yes to every doggone thing else. Would you like a fry with that shake? Yes, right? Yeah. Would you like a yes, but we forget to say yes to ourselves. So here's what I want you to do is every time you say yes, take a step. Every time you say yes, take a step. Every time you say yes, it requires a step. Are you saying yes to yourself? Okay, great. Then what's the next step you're going to take? Are you saying yes to being on purpose? Okay, what's the next step to be on purpose, right? If you're saying yes to your possibility, okay, what's the required next step? Because if you're saying yes, but you're not taking a step, you're just running your mouth. And here's the thing. Successful people, successful entrepreneurs run their business, not run their mouth. And that's everybody else requires a step. Take that step.
Bring in Dr. Bedford. I think Dr. Bedford may be ready, Peggy. Dr. Bedford.
Yeah, Bedford in here. Bedford about to bring it. And a lot of us, we had to say our first yes. You know, and that first yes opened up doors for us.
That's right.
And so many of us, we are afraid to say yes to ourselves. Yeah. We go in expecting no's because we never said yes to ourselves. You got here, you got Stacey here, you got Peggy here. These are people who said yes, and then the door opened. And the step they took is they walked on through it. You said yes to be on this broadcast today.
Yes.
Now, you got to walk through the door that just got open.
That's right.
That's
Amen.
right.
You better preach, brother. I think your calling awaits you. I think your calling awaits you. Where the choir? Cue the choir. Cue the choir.
Look, this thing is on fire today.
Good to hear you, Reverend Trey. It's so good.
Wait a minute. Trevor done made me come on with my gray hair. Wait a minute. You better say it. You done made me come on this camera with my gray hair showing.
Oh, the party's about to get started now.
You done said a word.
That's the Holy Ghost.
What's up, Cheryl?
The conviction. See, I prayed for her to come on. And she was like, not today. My prayers will be answered. Then Bishop Ox came on, and Bishop Ox stirred her up.
You look good.
We thought it was going to be no deliverance, but look at the deliverance that the brother done brought. Look at the deliverance.
Look at that. Look at that.
We are having way too much fun on Sister for Sister. I saw JR. Where JR disappeared to?
We got to get
I see y'all. I hear
you. Brother Bedford as well. He's hanging out there, and we're trying to get him in.
We got to have one person that we have to say goodbye to, unfortunately, to get him in.
Well, you know, go surfing, so y'all hang out there for a minute. Love y'all. Go spend some time.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's bring him in.
Okay.
All right. Love you, sis.
See you, Shani.
JR.
Oh, come on,
What's
Jay.
going on? Listen, you guys are sitting there having a pre-PNC party. That's what you're doing. And you mixed in business and church and pep rally and everything else in this. So look, I'm just sitting in the cut enjoying it. But first, I want to congratulate Peggy and the whole Sisters for Sisters Incorporated organization on your 20th anniversary. You know, y'all are doing it. You've been doing it, and you're out here changing the community. So big props to you guys. I look forward to seeing you in Houston and help you continue to celebrate, you know, what you've been doing. And for those who are even slightly thinking about coming to the PNC, you need to just do it. Sometimes you just got to do it. You don't need to think about it. Just do it. It is life-changing, and the people that you'll meet there. You know, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize when you become an entrepreneur, they see all the glitz and the glam, and they see all the success and stuff, but what they really don't realize is behind closed doors, it's a lonely place when you're on that entrepreneurial road. So when you get the opportunity to come to PNC and link up with other like-minded individuals, share ideas, network, share business opportunities, partnerships, and things like that. That's what you need on this journey. You're not going to make it by yourself. you're definitely not going to make it by yourself. And so when you come to PNC, you get this opportunity to network with people like Peggy and the whole Sisters for Sisters Incorporated organization, people like Trevor, people like Brother Bedford, you know, and I'll be down there sharing information. You know, you're probably turning on the TV every day or online and seeing how the stock market's going up, it's going down, people wondering what's going on. So we're going to drop it while we're down there and tell you exactly what's going on, and also share a little known technique that people on Wall Street are using day in and day out, making money in less than 10, 20 minutes. And ironically, I'm up here in New York, right down the street from Wall Street.
What?
And
You in New York and
yeah.
you ain't call me?
Huh?
You in New York and you ain't call your sister? You done told on yourself.
Can't tell nobody. It's a secret mission. It's a secret mission. But yeah, so we're just getting a little intel, and we'll be bringing it back and dropping it in Houston. And so this isn't a question of, you know, is it optional? Should I be there? Let me think about it. If you're thinking about it, you're already losing. If you're just thinking about it, you're already losing, right? The people who do stuff, they take action, right? Yeah. Like Trevor said, and Brother Bedford, and everybody on this line, we've all taken action to be there, and it's changed our lives tremendously.
Yeah. Mr. Finley, can you tell us the days that you will be facilitating your workshop or seminar, whatever you'll be doing there?
Yeah, so Friday evening, from about 5:15, 5:30 till 7 o'clock, I'll be doing a breakout session, teaching this strategy that very few people know about, of how to take advantage of the stock market and make money in less than 10 minutes a day from your laptop. So that'll be Friday, like I said, about 5:15, 5:30 to 7 p.m. And I'm definitely looking forward to sharing this information with you guys. It's something we need. We got to get in the game. We got to get in the game.
And a half a second, I just want to ask you this: how relevant do you can see our young people taking advantage of stock market and all the things that's happening financially in this generation?
Mm-hmm. Well, the beautiful thing is that with technology that's available now, we just released a course where we're now licensing our program to middle age school. And teaching it in 6th grade on up through college. And so the earlier the better. We need to get involved in this. This is something that has been pegged as one of the greatest wealth creators ever invented, which is the stock market. And so the earlier the better. But we're starting in 6th grade, starting to teach the stock market to these kids. And these kids are hopping on it and understanding it like you can't imagine. The enthusiasm that they have when we come into the school and teach them. It's just unbelievable. Really, really sharp kids. So nice. I say start learning in grade school. And if you do that, by the time you're an adult, no telling where you'll be.
And JR, I'd like to piggyback on why JR's class is really so important, right? A lot of entrepreneurs come to PNC, right? And most entrepreneurs, they start their business off using their skill sets and their mindsets and really their labor, right? And so you start your business with your own labor. And so you start making money, generating revenue on your own labor. And so the first rule is that we got to put more of our own people to work. And so the more people that you put to work, the less you have to work for the money that you generate. That's stage 2. Stage 1 is making it with what you do. Stage 2 is making it with what somebody else does. But stage 3, that's that final stage. Yeah. The more people that you put to work and the more of the money that you make put to work, the more you put your money to work, the less you have to work for the money that you make. And so what happens is we get in the business and we are used to putting ourselves to work. But the problem, the reason why we haven't really created wealth is for 2 reasons. We haven't put other people to work and we haven't put our money to work. And so we killing it on phase 1. But on phase 2 and phase 3, that's where we losing it at. And so the reason why you go to JR's class is because the more you put your money to work, the less you have to work for the money that you make. Because the number one problem facing today's black entrepreneur is an addiction to their labor. Back over to you, JR.
Yeah. Like I said, Preach, Reverend Trevor, preach. But you know, he's telling the truth. And you know, one of the biggest things that we hear out here is that I thought it was complicated. I thought you had to be rich. I thought you had to have a degree. I thought you had to have some type of special certification. I've even heard people say, "Oh, that's good for white people." You know, we don't do that. This is ridiculous, right? So none of that is true. None of that is true. The barrier to entry into the stock market is so low now because of technology.
Yes.
And I will guarantee anybody who decides to, number one, show up at the PNC, I'll talk to anybody, whether I'm in a session or not. And number two, if you come to the session, I guarantee you, I'm going to demonstrate that if you can shop on Amazon, you can shop and buy stocks. It is that simple. If you have somebody showing you how to do it.
Thank you so much, JR. We want to hang out with you a little bit. We got brother Bedford on here. We got to let the man say something.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this about brother.
Welcome.
Let me say this about Brother Bedford. This brother y'all need to listen to, because he talks about something called notification of payment received, and it ain't nothing like it.
Yes.
So I would love to do my Magic Johnson pass to Brother Bedford, because this brother puts it down when it comes to learning how to make that money that just keeps coming in while you're sleeping. So take it, Brother Bedford.
Well, thank you for that, Magic. I really appreciate that. No, this has been great. I've been standing on the outside trying to get in. I'm up here refreshing my screen, trying to get in, and couldn't because the studio was full. So I'm just honored to be here with my brother, JR, Trevor, of course, my sister, Dr. Stacy NC Grant, and the one and only Dr. Cheryl Wood. I mean, this is just an honor and a privilege for me. I'm super excited. Here's what I would say. I have heard everybody talking about catching the plane to the PNC. My very first PNC, I caught the Greyhound bus.
Okay.
26 hours through a storm. My father had just passed. My mother was ill. And as I got dropped off at the Greyhound station, I looked up on the screen. My life was already in shambles, and I looked up at the screen and it said the King of Pop has died. So I'm getting on the Greyhound bus to come to the Power Networking Conference. My life is in shambles. Michael Jackson had just died, and I got a 26-hour ride on the Greyhound bus. And the Dr. Stacy said that she didn't have a room. I didn't have a room for my first night there. But yet it has been probably the darkest day of my life, but also the brightest day of my life. Once I got to the PNC, the cloud and the heaviness of life seemed to just lift off of me. And so from that moment forward, and the PNC is such a beautiful environment. Think about a place where you can literally talk about business and use the scripture, right? We're talking about Bishop Trevor. I mean, he's preaching hard. Dr. Cheryl Woods, from her speaking and definitely talking about the anointing on people sharing their voices, and Dr. Stacy NC Grant, who created a brand there off of prayer. I want you to think about that. There's a scripture that talks about a man sowing seeds. And some of those seeds fall to the wayside. Some of those seeds fall on stony ground. And then some of those seeds are in an environment where the thorns just choke out the potential and the gifts of those seeds. But then there are those seeds that are placed in fertile ground, good ground. And then from those seeds, they are bearing great fruit that produce 20-fold, 30-fold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. So for anybody who's looking, I'll just sum it up real quick. The Power Networking Conference is that fertile ground. You're looking at the fruit that has been birthed in Dr. Cheryl Wood, Dr. Stacy NC Grant, Trevor Ott, JR. There is no Brother Bedford without the Power Networking Conference. There is no Sisters for Sisters Network without the Power Networking Conference. So what you're witnessing, you're bearing witness to the fruit that the conference has produced. So if you want to be in an environment to where you can be cultivated and developed and then have all of your natural talent, skills, and gifts begin to burst out of you, where you begin to produce fruit manifold, 30-fold, 50-fold, like Trevor and Dr. Cheryl Woods and Dr. Stacy NC Grant. If you want to learn how to get some notifications of payment received, this is the environment that you need to be in. And so I'm just honored and blessed to be here. I just wanted to get in and just say amen to what everybody else had said.
We have a Peggy. I see we have a sister that has come and joined us. Who is this beautiful lady?
This
Peace and love. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
This is Diamond Petty. How's it going? Dr. Cheryl Woods, it's been a minute since I've seen you, girl. I'm excited to be a part of a platform with you and the powerful folks on here. And I'm listening to Trevor talk about having your money work for you, right? See, wealth is all about putting your money to work, because we can't outwork money. As much as we feel like we great, I feel like I am money. But here, I need currency in other ways. And I know that coming to the Power Networking Conference is going to position me and others to explode, right? One of the biggest things that I realized in life is you will have your downtime, but you need to have a team and a supportive group of people that are going to have your back from the front, the side, and everywhere else. And to have a group of powerful African-American, and I'm not leaving out any other cultures, that are focused, conscious, and aware that we need to get this money so that we can continue to build up our community, I'm all for it. I'm like, this is where I need to be. We've been locked up in the house for 2 years, and it's time for us to come out. We need to be playing Diana Ross song at the conference. I'm coming out, and this is where I want to be, because I want to come out. Peggy knows we all have stories, but the biggest story I have is this is my first PNC conference, so I'm really excited. I feel like I am ready I'm a new kid on the block and a newbie, but I'm coming to talk about building generational wealth with Dr. Frazier himself. I'm excited to be on that panel because I understand what we're doing today is for our future, right?
Yes.
So we have liberties, we have freedoms that our ancestors paid for, so we owe them. Our debt is to them to help make and continue the legacy of greatness and the liberties that we have as African Americans. So I can't be more excited, more honored. If there's anyone that I love, I call him my grand mentor, then to be working alongside Dr. Frazier himself, that in itself is a big honor to me. But then seeing all of the people, like they said, success leave clues. So all you guys out here are part of his team. So I know I'm already positioned and taken care of. And we want to bring people out to take care of them too, right? Like this whole thing is about building our community. So if anyone's listening out there and you haven't made a decision to be at the Power Networking Conference, now is your time. I think we still have some spaces available.
Yes.
And I want some dates. Everybody,
can you give us some dates?
What they say, Lottie Dottie and everybody.
Can you give us some dates? And
August 3rd
through the 6th. And I'll be actually speaking on August 3rd. I think it's at 3:30 about building a wealth legacy. So we'll be learning about how you as currency will be able to take yourself to the next level and your gifts and talent. Yeah, that's right. There's Dr. Frazier. Yay. And all the folks. So this is the place to be. Like, this is the reset. I mean, I think most of us feel like no matter how much success you're having, we need a reset. For me, this is what I'm coming for, the energy to kind of like get plugged in. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs to get plugged into a place where they can grow, learn, and earn. So that's where we come in. We come in to grow, learn, and earn and reset. So this is exciting. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think the term that we're hearing over and over again is it's about that wealth, right?
Yeah.
That that physical and that spiritual abundance. And I like what you got to invest in yourself. But I like what a famous philosopher once said. Y'all might know her name is Cheryl Wood. She says, "I'm all out of free." Right. And,
I'm all out of free.
I'm all out of free, right? And here's the thing. Interestingly enough, the opposite of wealth is not poor. The opposite of wealth is underdeveloped resources.
Yes.
Poor is just a reflection of what you did with those resources. And something that I know everybody on here would agree with is that a person who wants something for free and a fool is the same person.
Absolutely.
Because it means that they do not really want to create a return on that which they were given. Yeah. Right. And so we all have a responsibility, as Brother Bedford said, is to really grow the seeds that we were given. Wealth is not just something we want. Wealth is really our responsibility. It's our responsibility to grow that which God gave us. Back over to you guys.
Well, we have.
So here's what I would like to say to that. Can I speak on that?
Well,
because one of the things
we're running down time.
Okay. Let me do this before we close out, guys, because we can take this over on the other side and do another 2 hours of a conversation about the Power Networking Conference. And you know that. Let me do this before we shut down. Lester is on this session with us. He is the photographer for the Power Networking Conference.
My brother.
Let me tell you about this brother here. Okay. Lester, if you would come to my house and see all the files that I have on the 20 years of the Power Networking Conference, you and I would have a pissing contest, okay? But I'm a pass, and we'll talk about this later. But I want to salute you, my brother, for the fine work that you have done, who have kept us in the loop, who allowed us to keep our memories in place, because this is what legacy is all about.
And my dear Mama Peggy, it's also his ability to serve. So yes, he takes photos, but he has been the right hand armor bearer for Dr. Frazier, and so thoughtful and dutiful and just an exemplary example of Black excellence. He looks out for all of us, but the way he cares for our Dr. Frazier is truly a blessing. So I just wanted to add that as you shout him out, because I feel the same way. I love him more than words can say. And that is a brother for real. When you talk about somebody that got your back, Lester
got our back.
If I'm gonna go into a fight, bring Lester with me, honey, because I know I'm coming out on top.
Yeah.
And so let me do this. I really want to shout out to Linda Powell, to Kathy Muhammad, to Judith Clark, to Gina Duncan, to Jackie Mims. They're on this Zoom today. And these are the ladies that I have over the years have gotten them to the Power Networking Conference, and they understand the power we have when we show up. In closing, I want to salute everybody on the Zoom that have included us as sisters, 4Sisters Network. That is the key, because when we went to the very first Power Networking Conference, we had no clue. So the sisters, and it was 4 of us, including Sharon Bullock, my cousin Audrey Dixon, and Dee Adams, made up the 4. And we took the network from the Power Networking Conference to build our name. So I just want to say, guys, I love you from the bottom of my heart, but we can take this on the other side and do another full day about the Power Networking.
So I'm going to start calling this, Peggy, not the PNC conference, it's the PNC church.
Come as you are.
Say amen.
Amen. Our networking church, because y'all some fired up people. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
Love you all.
I end every show with a statement. Yeah, Peggy, I love you. We love you. You are an awesome sister. For you, and the reason being, we are all here. So let's say that we salute you because you have been an instrument to so many people. And they're giving you your flowers that you well deserve. So may God continue to bless you and keep you and all of us as we soar, because it's time for us to soar. It's time for us to do God's business. And it is that this time that we're doing it together.
Yes.
And each one of you all have been so wonderful to come on our show. I don't take it for granted. You all could go on anybody else's show. Channel 9, Fox 5, Channel 4, The Real, all those shows. But you come to take time out to be on 4SistersLIVE. And we really appreciate that. And we end every show with this statement. We want you all to leave out with us. And we always say, what time is it? It's time
for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity.
Thank y'all. We out. Next time.
See you at the network. See you at the Power Network.
See you at the PNC.